What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Pig and Fruits channel. Thank you for joining us. Today, I have a very special unboxing for you, so stay tuned.
Today, you are who you are today. See? You're still me, but you're a newer version.
So it was recently my birthday, and in the mail I got this little package. It was sent to me from my beautiful fiance and my mother. And if you guys don't know, my fiance is the person behind the camera. And from my beautiful mother, who works very hard and was able to help my fiance afford this beautiful gift. So I am going to show you what it is and how to use it. The name of the product is called Plantwave, and it is a plant music device made by Data Garden. This is the unit here. Very compact piece of technology. There is the on and on button. Here is the mode button to change the light sequences, which I haven't played with really, so I don't really know how they work. Here is the auxiliary to plug in all of your electrodes and sensory devices. On the back, we have a plug-in for a small synth and the charging port. On this side, we have the charging lights that show you when it's low on battery and when it is charging and fully charged. And the feel of the unit is kind of unimpressive. It looks like it's 3D printed. The logo's there, Plantwave. It's kind of vague. You can't really see it. There's rough edges to it. I don't know if this was just a prototype unit, but it works well. And the light show, I haven't really witnessed myself, so we're probably going to see it here in person. In the box comes some of the electrodes and some of the cables. But here, I don't know if you can see that, it says plantwave.com/manual, and everything is online and on the app. It is compatible with iOS and Android. Inside, we will find 3 pairs of electrode pads. So we have these little sensor pads that are pretty similar to what you would find at a hospital whenever they hook you up to find out your vitals and stuff like that. So we have 3 of those pairs, and from what I've read, they are all reusable as long as you take care of them and wash them and are careful with them. And we have the cable with the actual buttons that go onto the electrode pads. And next, this is probably the part that we're going to be using the most. We have the electrode with the little clamps. And the way that this machine works is that you plug it into anything living that has an electrical frequency. So it'll pretty much create a closed circuit with both of these electrodes on the plant or the fungus that you're choosing to listen to. And once the connection is made, it'll start making different frequencies, different sounds that the machine will interpret into the different audio that the app can produce for you. And I will actually show you how this works. We will be hooking this up to the unit itself. The unit is already on, and it is already connected to my phone with the Plantwave app. And very quickly, I will show you how these things work. So if you notice, I'm touching them, and with the gloves, there is no conductivity, no noise coming through. But if I wet my fingers here and hold them, instantly we get sound. Then it stops. So we actually went to the city today, and we happened to jump into the Asian market, and I picked up some of these lily mushrooms or enoki mushrooms or inanoki mushrooms just to show you guys what they sound like. And I've actually never heard what this machine sounds like with mushrooms, but I am sure that it's going to be beautiful and very pleasant. And we're going to be doing a couple experiments today just to see what the different frequencies are once they are attached to the unit. But look at this nice little cluster. I'm actually very impressed. I picked the biggest and tallest mushrooms that I found at the store just for this experiment to see if we have some variability. And as you can see, this unit is actually very sensitive. So we will take both of our electrodes and we will try several things. Alright, so first I will be clamping it to a single mushroom. That is pretty cool. Okay, so now I will plug it into 2 different mushrooms and see what that sounds like. That's a little different. Ooh, so when the mushrooms touch, okay, so when the mushrooms touch, it actually produces a different sound. Oh, that's cool. So, I don't know if you can see that, but here the mushrooms are not touching. When the mushrooms touch, let's see, I'm going to turn the lights on so you guys can see. So no sound when the mushrooms are not touching. When the mushrooms are touching.
That's wild.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so let's see if it just happens when I touch it to anything. No. When I touch them together? Alright, let's see if I can get a reaction here with a little bit of isopropyl on the table.
Wow.
That's cool. So let's see. That's rad.
That is really cool.
So this is like an instrument now.
Yeah. And the drums.
That is too cool. That's actually really impressive.
It's very reactive.
It is. Let's see now. I am going to sacrifice a petri dish here. Now this petri dish might not make it because these mushrooms are probably not very clean. But let's see if I can get a reaction with the agar. That is cool, yo. Okay. Alright, let me try something else.
It's a current. It's supposed to be great. That's so cool.
That's cool. That's very cool. Let's see if just the agar alone will produce a different sound.
It should. It doesn't have any of the high notes. It doesn't have any of the high chimes that the mushroom has.
Is that right?
Yeah. Go here. Like
That's cool. Okay. And I also got some beach mushrooms. And we will open these up and see what they sound like. So here is the actual interface from the app, and I actually have it hooked up to the television. We have a variety of options that we can use. So here I will go through them. Here are our different options for the sound and music that we can make. The Pro version, you can unlock a lot more of them, but with the free version, we have 8 options that we can choose from. So when something is actually plugged in, we can go through these options. And each will have different notes already preset. And here's a little description of what the presets are. So a lot of people could be using these for meditations, for doing yoga, people that practice Reiki, things like that. Once we close out of this screen, here we have our different parameters that we can preset. But like I said, with the Pro version, we will get a lot more options. Here is mute button. Here we can record, but also recording requires the Pro version. We can broadcast this, so if you have the app, you can listen to people broadcasting what their plants or mushrooms are saying or singing. What else do we have? Here we have our Bluetooth connectivity. You can add more than one device if you have the Pro subscription. And here's someone that is actually broadcasting now. So if this person was actually playing something right now, we would actually be able to hear it, but it doesn't sound like they're playing anything. So we will go back to our own Plantwave, which is playing. So this one's called Enchanted Forest, and we are listening to the enoki.
wow, that's beautiful.
Which is this white mushroom. And here we also have some beach mushrooms. Okay, so this mushroom is a lot more sensitive. So let me pick one of these and actually put it on the stem. See if that holds on a little bit better. Okay, so G is suggesting that we actually use the pads. So let's go ahead and do that. I will unplug these sensors, these clamp sensors. So this is our first time using this. I received it in the mail I'll say about 5 days ago. So here it is with the pads.
Wow. That is so cool.
That is pretty cool. All right, we'll take one of the gnocchis.
Hi, mushrooms.
So
I can hear you.
I wonder if we'll get a different sound if we hook up the gnocchi to the beach. So I'm gonna have to admit, when I first saw these electrode pads, I really did not think that they were gonna work for the fungus because the fungus is usually moist and slippery. But actually, I think it works even better than the actual clamps. It doesn't hurt the mushroom either. You can just place them on top, and they're extremely sensitive. Only downside is you're probably gonna get some debris, mushroom substrate on your pads. Like right here, we already got some mushroom skin. But like I said, they should be rewashable and reusable. So we're gonna do mushroom and substrate. Let's see what happens. Do you notice the variation in sounds? Or do they all sound the same?
They start off different.
They start off different?
And then they kind of...
Okay, let me know down below in the comments if you guys hear variance in sounds or if you think these sounds are all the same. And we actually got the Pro subscription. We just have to actually activate it. But when we do, I'm going to play around with it and see if we can get different sounds to be emitted.
So cool.
That is pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
It's beautiful.
Alright, let's see what happens if I put it to my skin. Oh, that does sound different.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of difference. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's definitely variation.
That's cool. Okay, so what I want to do next is I actually want to take some clones of these mushrooms and put them to Agar, and I want to know if they will emit a different sound when they are being cut into. I will make 3 plates of each of these mushrooms. So we will find the best specimen of these gnocchis. And I think this guy down here with the giant cap is the one that I want. This guy right here. I will hook him up down at the stem and then closer to the cap. We'll leave him there. And I will be using a brand new blade. So first I will make a small incision down the middle. We'll remove that piece. So do you hear anything?
Maybe a couple instruments kick in here and there. Some more low notes.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I hear a difference. It picks up on the electrical currents. It definitely does, 100%, because it's very sensitive. So as soon as it touches something, it starts popping off. But I don't know. I don't know if I can tell the difference. Next, I will pick. So I think this one here, and then this guy down here, are good candidates for cloning. And they're actually, they're pretty, yeah. Okay, I'll pick this one. This one has a little bit, a slightly bigger cap. And I like these pretty markings on the top. They remind me of cubes. They also remind me of Filipinos. Very nice. So this one I'm going to do a little bit differently. I'm going to split the mushroom stem down the middle. And I'm going to change my blade here. So I'm actually taking mycelium from the middle of the mushroom. It'll be the mycelium that will be the most sanitary to use. We don't know where these mushrooms have been or where they were grown or how they were handled. So chances are that the outside of the mushroom is the most contaminated of all of the flesh we have here. And you could even have mold spores or other bacteria lingering on the surface of these mushrooms. So that's why we always go into the middle, either by splitting or by cutting an incision and taking a sample from the core. Alright, so that concludes all of our experiments for today. My thoughts about the product are that it's cool. It's a cool concept. I've never actually seen this in person before. I've actually seen other people use synthesizers and a bunch of wires and stuff to make sounds. But to have something so compact and so little and you can take it with you and it doesn't need a power source, that's pretty cool. As far as the music that it makes with the different mushrooms, I would still have to explore it. I'm not really sure if all of these preset sounds kick up every time that a circuit is made, or if the actual music comes from the mushrooms themselves, you know? So I would have to explore that a little bit further. I'll definitely check out the Pro subscription for that and see if any settings can be changed. Maybe we can manipulate the different tones, the frequencies, maybe get a whole different set of preset sounds, or maybe make our own, you know? Maybe we can make some like metal beats or something, like get some guitar riffs in there. That'd be kind of cool. Plantwave, if you're watching and you haven't done that yet, consider that. That'd be pretty cool to share with your customers. So overall, do I recommend it? I don't know. It's still too early to tell. It's pretty cool. But like I said, I'm kind of inclined to think that all these preset sounds might just be generic. You know, from plugging them to mushroom, I didn't really notice a spike in uniqueness in the music. Even when I hooked it up to myself, the tone changed just a little bit. But like I said, it's still premature judgment, so I won't make it. But it was really cool to see it in the flesh. Really cool to have the unit. And we will keep playing with it. So if you enjoyed this video, please share this with somebody that loves mushrooms as much as we do. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. And hit the thumbs up. You don't know how much that really helps us. So thank you guys. Stay tuned and peace.